O Israel. The Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all of your heart and with all of your soul and with all of your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be upon your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road. When you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. When the Lord your God brings you into the land he swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to give you, a land with large, flourishing cities that you did not build, houses filled with all kinds of good things you did not provide, wells you did not dig, and vineyards and olive groves you did not plant. Then you will eat and be satisfied. Be careful that you do not forget the Lord who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You see, Moses recognized that it would take an intentional approach to keep God the first part of their lives. See, Moses recognized that when things would go well, he reminded them the reason for it all. See, it's not just about obeying the commandments. He said, to love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, with all of your mind, with all of your strength. And to do these things and be intentional about remembering, because why? In the first 5 chapters of the book of Deuteronomy, Moses had reminded the people of all that God had saved them out of, all that God had done for them, all that God had shown his love to them through. And you and I have a responsibility that we always remember what the Lord has done for us, what life would be like if it were not for the Lord, who has shown us such compassion, who has given us such love. We are to remember these things and keep them in the forefront of our mind, and never be fooled, never be deceived to think that somehow, some way we can do it without him. Because all that we have came from him. And therefore to instill this not just in our own lives, but among our children and the generations to follow, we would need to be intentional. We would need to absolutely go about this in a way that caused us to think about it and make sure that we keep in center the main thing. That's what Moses was showing, and this is such astounding wisdom. That for coming generations, this was Lord's plan. Because why? It was to everybody, friends. He wasn't speaking to just parents that day. He said, "Hear, O Israel." See, someone once said that it takes a village to raise a child. I'd say this, it takes a good Christian community to raise a child. Because we don't have enough to do so on our own. But we need to be intentional about the relationships that we forge for our children to grow and to understand their potential and what God has for them. So listen to me, last point. Lasting influence for children is achieved by modeling an authentic life of a fully devoted follower of Jesus.